fucking getting hot in here. Bo here again. And I want to talk about exercise, right? Exercise. Exercise is important because it allows us to be fit, to stay in shape. And it's a fucking pain in the ass. It's annoying, you know. You're like, you don't want to fucking sweat. I'm talking from like, you know, the average perception of exercise from like the average person. But basically, like the average person, they're in a state of cognitive dissonance when it comes to exercise. Basically, like they're not really sure why they should do exercise. They might hate exercise, but you know. But on the other side, like of the spectrum, like they see people who do exercise and they're like, wow, you know, this person's really in shape. And you know, so they have to basically like, they have to concede to like, you know, fuck, I'm gonna have to exercise, don't I? Like, I don't want to be fat. Like, I don't want to be fat. I hate exercise, but you know, I have to do exercise in order not to be fat and like lazy and shit. You know, well, you know, even that level of clarity, it's quite elusive in society, I think. But basically what I want to explain in this entry is like, why should you exercise, right? Why should you exercise? And the answer is, it depends. It really depends. Like, exercise is a choice, actually. But most people, like, even if they do want to exercise, even if they devote themselves to exercise, they're exercising for the wrong reasons. They're employing the wrong tactics. You know, they have the wrong approach to things, and all that leads to is frustration and stress and, you know, a lack of results, basically. So basically, I've been exercising for quite a long time. Like, I like to jog, right? And I realized that I basically, I used to tackle this exercise in a way that was incongruent with what I actually wanted to get out of exercise. So basically, I've outlined two sorts of exercise. The first is what I like to call like strenuous exercise. This is the kind of exercise that you do to push yourself, you know. This is like what most kind of like bodybuilders do, like this kind of paradigm. And, you know, what most athletes do, you know, to basically push their performance levels like higher and higher. And unless you're some sort of like athlete that's aiming to be, you know, like a world-class athlete, like in the Olympics or something, or just generally if it's not something you're passionate about, you know, you're not like doing it because you love pushing yourself, then for the average person, I'm talking like probably like 80 to 90% of people, you shouldn't be doing exercise to push yourself. And I think that's the mistake that most people who commit themselves to exercise because they're after a certain thing, they basically do, they have this kind of approach to exercise. And all that happens is like they get stressed, they can't sustain it, right? Because like they just burn out because like they're not passionate enough, like they don't have, like the reason is not congruent with like, you know, the method. And then the second type of exercise is what I like to call meditative exercise. And this form of exercise is what most people should be doing, right? Most people don't want to become world-class athletes. You know, most people, they just want to do exercise to, you know, look good, like, you know, lose weight, get fitter, like, you know, feel better, you know, that kind of thing, to be healthy. And what I'm calling meditative exercise is enough for that. You know, that's what you should do. And bear in mind, I'm no like exercise expert, I'm no guru. Like there are probably better people to go to in terms of like, you know, the mechanical aspect of exercise and like, you know, like a more in-depth kind of philosophy on exercise. But I think this is like the basics. So what I mean by what is the difference between meditative exercise and strenuous exercise? In strenuous exercise, you're basically pushing yourself. you know, you're introducing stress to your body so that you push your performance level up. So this is why, you know, like weightlifting is called resistance training, because you're resisting, you're pushing your limits so that you have more and more capacity to perform well, right? And that's why you should do strenuous exercise, because it's if you want to push your performance level up, right? So it goes beyond, you know, just getting fit or getting into shape. Like, it goes beyond that. And actually, it's not a very good way of doing that, because like your body is put in a different state when you do strenuous exercise. You know, it's in a different kind of mode of metabolism when you do strenuous exercise. So what meditative exercise is, and this is what I'm basically advocating, it's what I'm basically, you know, advocating, is it's exercise in which you don't push yourself. It's meant to be like meditation, hence meditative exercise. And what I do personally is like nowadays when I run, because I used to basically like push myself when I was jogging. Like I would kind of like just have in mind I need to push myself. And you know, I by the end of it I usually feel great, and then I'd sprint at the end of it, you know, and like I'd go flat out, and then by the end of it I'd be like completely destroyed. And I feel great, but like I realized that like when I finish doing it, it's painful. It's fucking painful when you push yourself to the limit. And it's great and all, you know, but like the question is that sustainable? You know, like, is that sustainable? And do you need to exert that amount of energy? And the answer is not, if I was honest. Like, you know, when I really think about it, like, I don't really need to be like that hard on myself when I exercise. So now what I do is like, I still jog, and you know, I jog because in the end it's still exercise. Like, there's a reason why it's called exercise. You're meant to basically push yourself like more than you would normally push yourself in your kind of normal day-to-day, like, you know, life. So I'm still jogging, but like I jog like really slowly. I take my time. Like, another way I see it is like basically like I usually listen to music when I'm jogging, and if I'm enjoying my music all the way through, like, and I usually jog like 3 or 4K, like probably 3K, more 3K, like at a time. And if I can enjoy the music that I'm listening to like all the way from start to finish, then I know that, you know, I stuck to, you know, the reasonable level, like, you know, like the level of meditation, right? But, you know, obviously if I start to get distracted by the pain that I'm feeling in my body as I'm running, it becomes running, and I'm like, then I start to push myself, and like that's not what I'm after. And the reason why this is effective, and this is why it's something you should consider, like, you know, just changing your approach to exercise, is because for most people, right, you know, like I said again, you know, for most people they just want to, the most superficial reason is they want to look better. You know, that's most people, like, they kind of like, oh fuck, I need to exercise because I've got to put on weight again. So it's like a purely kind of like surface level appearance kind of reason. But aside from that, most people exercise because they want to they want to basically feel good and feel fit, and have they have higher kind of a higher threshold of energy, like, you know, just in other, like, in their life, basically. And you can get that by doing meditative exercise, such that it's like, it's basically a form of meditation. It's like active meditation, such that it doesn't burn you out, but instead it meditates you. It restores you, you know, and you're not introducing stress to your body. Because the thing with strenuous exercise, like I said, is like it's not sustainable. You're introducing more stress to your body when you don't need to. You could be using that energy like to do something else, and, you know, you get what I'm saying? So that's what I wanted to say. It's like a realization that I had recently, and I feel that it's a good idea to spread, you know, like, because, you know, everyone needs to, exercise is really important. any form of meditation is important, really, but like exercise is really good because it really does make you feel better, you know, and it raises your energy. But let me just see if there's anything I can add to that. I've got a long list of stuff that I have thoughts that I write down. Yeah. Essentially, I've covered everything. So take that away with you. Oh, one thing that is really important that I forgot to mention is that you should be enjoying exercise, actually. Like that is why, you know, this meditation exercise works, because you learn to see exercise as more of like a meditation and something enjoyable than something that like fucking kills you every time you do it. So you develop like emotional alignment with it, as opposed to like emotional like distress. But you should be doing things that you enjoy. So like, if you were to ask me what exercise should I be doing, like should I be jogging, should I be like weightlifting, should I be doing cross trainer or biking, or walk, you know, or like, you know, power walking, whatever, like the answer is do something that you enjoy. So you know, for example, like I do like to jog, but something that I enjoy more than jogging is actually dancing. I love to dance. I'm one of those people who goes to the nightclub like just to dance. And like, how many people go to I mean, obviously there's a bit of, you know, like I could meet like a nice girl or something like that, have a bit of fun. But like the main reason that I'm fucking sweating, so it's really hot in here. But yeah, like I love to dance, and like as I basically sort things out in my life, like I would very much like to go out and dance, and like I'll still jog and stuff, but like my main modality of exercise would be dance. So my answer to you is to do what you love, because if you do what you love, like physical activity that you love, it could be dance, it could be like martial arts, it could be like sports, you know. If you like, you know, games like football or like hockey or basketball or whatever. If you do those things, like you don't view those things as exercise, you don't view them as stressful, and you're getting the benefits of exercise without the stress of exercise. So that would be the first port of call, like to identify like physical activities that you really enjoy, and to do those as your exercise regime. And then, you know, if you want, you can throw in like, because jogging, I think like jogging is really therapeutic for me. It's like you just jog, and yeah, when you're approaching it from this therapeutic, from this meditative paradigm, it's really enjoyable. You know, you feel great afterwards as well, and you have time to think, and you're not busy like, oh fuck, this is so painful, like I have to do this again tomorrow, you know, and you don't need to take as many breaks, and you can be more consistent basically, and that has the net effect of basically, if you want to lose weight and you want to get into shape, it happens faster, you know. So I feel that would be very helpful for many of you, and yeah, let me know what you think, and I don't know, yeah, if you have any questions, then feel free to ask me. Again, I'm not an exercise expert, but yeah, so I hope that was helpful, and next time.